Hello there. It's been a while since I've shared any of my storyline chapters. This week I realized that stories really don't expire. I started 2022 using the Heidi Swapp Stop the Blur memory planner. So I never completed my 2021 year. So I would like to share with you today my book, my third book for the year, and it is from July to September 2021. If you have any questions, you are welcome to ask them in the comments below. Other than that, I basically use a grid pattern inspired by Jamie Pate. And in some cases, I've got a main story on the one side and then a grid on the other. Sometimes I have a grid all over the show. This specific week, I got a lot of photographs of my grandchildren in Australia. So I included them in my little book. Here behind this card, I've got a cartoon of our previous president that was sent to jail for contempt of court, something I want to remember. I also documented the trajectory of the Delta variant of COVID here in our country. It got quite bad and we lost quite a few friends during that specific wave of COVID. I usually have my journaling behind one of the cards, and then if there was a lot of photos that I wanted to share, I just add them with vellum stacked on each other. So this was still also part of the same week. Eben was with me the one day and he got into my craft room and into my glitter. So instead of grabbing the broom and cleaning up, I actually went to go and fetch my camera and I took some shots of my little glitter bug. He really loved it. It was a big mess and there was glitter in my house for a long time after that. This was also the week that we celebrated our 23rd year at the mission that my husband and I started in 1998. It's been a long time and we've come a far way in the past 23 years. At this stage, we've got roughly 430 people living there, and of that, more than 200 we care for fully. It was also a week that was marked by a lot of violence because of our former president's jail time. People were not happy and they actually torched a whole lot of trucks that was on its way to KwaZulu-Natal area. And then there's just the little photos of everyday moments, things we want to remember. Every day is special. This is week 29. And here is a photo of Opa in bed with Stefan and Eben, having coffee in the morning. It was also a week where there was tremendous violence in Natal. They rioted and a lot of stores were torched. It was a terrible time in the history of our country. And I just put in a little prayer that I actually shared on Facebook at the time. Liane with a little brother. We decided you only live once. I think that's something that the pandemic taught us. You only live once. So we bought that car that we've always wanted. And I traded in my Volvo V40. So we drove to George to pick it up there from the dealer. and we stayed over with family in George. Lots of laughs, a lot of a really good time had with my nieces and my nephews that live. Some of them live in George, and Rulin and Etienne came down from the farm where they were visiting Albie and Annette, and we really had a good time. Then we left and we went to Plettenberg Bay. I took this photograph. I love including large photographs of that I take when we're away. And this is Keerboomstrand and the lagoon. It's an absolute beautiful view. We stayed in the Beacon Isle Hotel with our banked points. And these are just some of the images taken over the weekend. On our way back, we stopped over at Storms River and we took some photographs there. There's a 60s style diner that we had breakfast at. You've been staying over with us. Sumo always hogs the heater when there's cold days and we put on the heater. And it's also the day that I went for my booster shot for COVID. And of course, my husband will make a joke of taking a photograph of me with a background that says discount sale, clearance sale. And nobody wanted to take me according to his Facebook status. Fynant and Nadia also went for their first vaccination, and we documented it. Little Kian in Australia had his second birthday, and Kobus and Lachey sent us photographs of the children on the day. Week 31, Kobus and I made a day of made a day of the Sunday, and we actually went out to Jeffreys Bay and had lunch at the Viswyf, a restaurant that's on the beach. Absolutely beautiful. And then there's just everyday moments. Since the start of the pandemic, I never received any of my kits from Heidi Swapp or from Studio Calico. And then when I went to go and pick up a parcel, there was about 10 waiting for me. So that was a really happy mail because I thought I'd never receive it. I find it very cute that Stefan, at the age of 9, still loves all his soft toys. You've been helping Felicia clean the oven, or he thinks he is. And then just a little photo of Stefan achieving top 10 in his class for the second time in 2011. Just everyday moments. Kobus and Fynant playing golf. Photograph of the beach. Having roaster cook and coffee at a favorite farm stall. And then on the Saturday, we had the Springboks versus the British and Irish Lions finals, and Fynant and them came to our house for a braai, and we watched the games together. Fortunately, the Springboks won, so it was a good day. I included our protea, which is our national flower, in the spread. I think it's because the springbok is our national bird, or not. Just listen to me. I'm really fluffing my words. The springbok is our national buck or animal that's usually on the nationals team's jerseys, and the protea is also one of our iconic features in South Africa. Week 33, and it's August, and we've had a few warm days. Yebby still comes to me every second day, and here he comes, and he was a little donkey. You've been playing. Opa cleaned the jungle gym and he just loved it. Stefan received a merit badge. Kobus went playing golf. And my one and only granddaughter that now lives in Australia turned 14. This year I used one of Heidi Swapp's floral stamps, and I stamped the floral images down the side of the page and then fussy cut it, and then just add a few enamel dots behind it to make it pretty. I tend to do this if there's some pretty photos that's taken and shared with me. Eben fell asleep in front of the TV on his brother's shoulder, and it wasn't long until Lucas was also fast asleep. Then we were invited to my niece's dedication. So I included the little card and a photo of Yanni. And then just the blessing that I typed out over her for her dedication. In August, we visited the Addo Elephant Park, which is quite close to Port Elizabeth. And I took some very pretty stunning photographs. That's a kudu, one of our big buck. And we always find a lot of elephants near the water holes. I just took a photograph of pretty roses that was on my dressing table. Kobus had a bit of an accident. He said it was just a scratch, but it required quite a number of stitches. Eben playing, just look at those cute little footsies. And he believes a table is made to stand on and play. This is the next week. Wynand and Nadia went away the weekend of this specific week. These photos were just taken by Kobus while Eben was playing outside, and I love it that it's just photos that's not staged or anything. Bianca and Peter's getting married in October, and they have at last started the foundation of their house. And Eben and Lucky is sleeping together while they were with us for the weekend. Over the weekend, I also, Eben absolutely adores the satin that you find on the cloth nappies. I know in America you call them diapers. So I took a whole lot of a big stash of my satin ribbon, and I actually just stitched it to the nappy, and he absolutely adores it. This was also a week of devastation. We had a fire at the mission. These photos were taken on the night of the fire, and this was the aftermath. It was a big loss for us. It's something we will have to, that took us years to build up, and it will take us years to build up again. During the weekend that Stefan, Lucas and Eben was with me, I realized that I'm struggling to get into scrapbooking and creating, and I realized it's because my stash has become overwhelming. So I decided to have a huge destash. I took everything out that I know that I'll no longer use, and took photographs of them and posted them on Facebook. And I sold nearly 24,000 worth of products. We also had our local health department come to the mission to vaccinate our people. Just some pretty colors that's on my desk. We went to a spring market. I'm always so glad when the winter is finally coming to an end. And these photos were taken at the spring market. Photo of the men. This is week 37 of September. and it's mostly photographs of Eben, because I don't do very much other than look after him and go to work. So here I made it a main page because my lap is just about the only lap he sleeps on. So Nadia captured it. And then there's just some cute photos. He arrived one day and he had this oversized backpack on. So we took photographs of him. Can't believe that next year he'll be going to daycare. I documented my week, and these are photos. He loves cars. So these photos were taken of him inside his daddy's truck, Opa, with his grandson. Okay, these I must just attach to each other because the book is just getting too fat. This week, I had an open day at the daycare where Eben will be going in January next year. So we took him. So the main photograph is of Eben and how absolutely delighted he is with all the outdoor equipment. He just loves climbing. And then there's just a photo here. I just took a photograph of the outfit of my day. I should actually do that more often. I enjoy doing that, but I very seldom do. We had a visit from a friend with her granddaughter. And inside here, it was my oldest grandson, Christian's 19th birthday. So Nadia took them out for breakfast. And it was also Lucas's first hunt, so his initiation. He shot 2 buck, and they were initiated. It's quite a bloody thing where they actually they put some of the blood of the animals on them, and I know that they didn't force them to eat a part of the liver, which they do sometimes do to the young guys. This was the last week of September. This is Stefan's favorite soft toy, and Opa was teasing him. They made me a beautiful bouquet for my office. I went for a test of how my hair will look on Bianca's wedding, and I received the dress that I ordered for the wedding. And that weekend, we went to Plettenberg Bay for our 2-week break. So I took a photograph of the foyer. We went to the Cornuti restaurant the evening. And Kobus played golf with friends. And this was the view from our room. Absolutely beautiful. And that is basically the end of September and the end of the 3 months. Hopefully I won't be as bad as I was with this 3 months, and I'll be sharing the last book of 2021 with you soon. Goodbye.